The Sentinel Homes North versus South Series. Brought to you by Hockey New Zealand in association with Vantage Windows and Doors. Principal partner of Hockey New Zealand and the Vantage Blacksticks, and Ford.
And welcome to St Paul's Collegiate here in Hamilton for coverage of the third and final game in the Sentinel Homes North-South Hockey Series. Yes, it's a pleasure to be with you. My name's Glenn Lama and looking forward to bringing you the third and final game. And we have a terrific match in prospect here with the Senior Women's Series tied at 1 game apiece after the South won the first game by 2-0 on Thursday night, and then the North bounced back to win the second game yesterday, also by that scoreline, 2-0. So all is in readiness for a terrific contest coming up today to close out this series, which involves, of course, the best New Zealand players available at the moment. 9 current Black Sticks or former Black Sticks players, including 8. There's 21, in fact, former Black Sticks and current Black Sticks players in the side at the moment, these two sides, with 8 having represented New Zealand at last year's Olympic Games. Hope Ralph, Steph Dickens, Katie Dorr, Olivia Shannon, Olivia Mary, Tessa Jopp, Megan Hull and Holly Pearson. So it should be a terrific contest coming up this afternoon here on the turf at St Paul's Collegiate, with the first of the 4 quarters starting in a few minutes' time. Lincoln Churchill with me in the commentary. It's Lincoln, should be a cracking match, this one.
Yeah, it should be. Hopefully yesterday's match, probably be fair to say, got off to a bit of a slow start. So I'm hoping with so much to play for today that both teams will bring the energy from the beginning.
Here is a moment's silence for Anzac Day.
Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing our 2 umpires.
Which, of course, comes tomorrow. And here come the 2 umpires for today's fixture, Lani Jackman and Katrina Turner. Lani Jackman on the right there, Katrina Turner on the left.
For today's match, Kellyanne Foskin and Andrew
all set for what should be a terrific contest as we look at the 2
our
squads
players
for you.
Introducing first, the ladies.
Team in black is the North, and the team in white is the South. Roberts coming out. She's played 6 games for New Zealand. Back up Kelly Carline from Horowhenua. It's Katie Dorr, who had a good match yesterday in game number 2. Alex Luton, the busy midfielder. So some good players scattered all the way through this team, with some fringe Black Sticks players like Taylor White, Maddie Dorr, Deanna Ritchie, all looking to press their claims for what should be a really busy international season, which involves a World Cup and, of course, a Commonwealth Games. Keep your eye on Hope Ralph, number 12, a highly regarded striker, Caitlin Cotter, who's transferring back into the defence these days. Steph Dickens, who's had 2 solid games and scored both goals for the North in match number 2. And a couple of exciting players right at the bottom there, Lulu Tuilokalava and Rose Tynan, who are robust and very aggressive forwards. So that's the North squad. Coach of that North team, Shay McAleese, who just retired as a player for the Black Sticks after last year's Olympic Games in Tokyo.
And now introducing their opponents.
Have a look at the South team.
Number 1, goalkeeper, Madeline Williamson.
2 keepers, Madeline Williamson and Kirsty Nation. Rebecca Baker, the 20-year-old midfielder from Wanganui. Out she comes. Tessa Jopp, midfielder from Otago. 29 caps for New Zealand.
Number 8, Bella Ambrosius.
And we can check out the rest of her or their team now. Brittany Wang, number 6, scoring one of the goals on Thursday night. The other goal scorer that night was Holly Pearson, number 11, who is an established Black Sticks player. Keep your eye too on Rachel McCann, who's just coming back into the to hockey at this level. Megan Hull and, of course, Olivia Mary are the 2 co-captains of the Black Sticks. Olivia Shannon, the exciting forward, and the 2 Crowley cousins to round out the team, which is coached by Bryce Collins. So those are the 2 squads, and we'll have the hit-off for you in just a moment here from St Paul's Collegiate here in Hamilton.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for everyone participating in today's match.
So on the site used to be one home on 809 square metres. We've subdivided it and put on 2 houses at the front and then 5 terraced homes at the back. Doing a development compared to building a standalone home is quite different, and the development side of things actually needs a whole bunch of specialists. One of the great things about working with Sentinel was the team that they have available. If you're thinking about subdividing, you should definitely call Sentinel Homes.
Get exploring with the Ford Everest, built to take on anything and everyone. And with an impressive towing capacity and third row folding seats, you can pack more in and load more on while always being in complete control. Explore with confidence with the Ford Everest. Search Ford Everest today.
Impatience is a virtue. When you know what you want, waiting isn't an option. New Balance. We got now.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna ask me if we won.
You're gonna say, if you don't try, you'll never get any better.
But I should take it more seriously.
You're gonna tell me to get off my phone,
Do something worthwhile.
That it's not a real sport.
That I'm not really the right build.
But I'm not doing this for you.
I'm doing this for me.
Because it's my move.
Yes, this is the Sentinel Homes North-South Hockey Series. Game 3 of the 22 series. These two teams locked up at 1 match apiece. Winner take all game today. As we had the South against the North. The South in the white and the North in the black. And we're all set for a start to today's fixture here in Hamilton. Cloudy skies, but breezy too, which might play a factor at some stage during the match. Thankfully that rain is holding off for the meantime as we get cracking. And straight away the intent is there from the South. They're putting the heat on the North to bring it out effectively right from the opening seconds. They want to press high too as Dickens and Caitlin Cotter play at the back inside their own 25. Here's Lucan being pressured by Shannon, and there's space here for Gill.
It's always an interesting strategy, that one, off the hit-off. It's your ball, but teams tend to do it. They tend to smash it down the other end and then try and win it back with a press. Backing your defence ahead of your attack.
Yeah, interesting intent there as we see Hope Ralph inbound that one for the North. And there were no problems at all for the North dealing with that initial challenge that the South threw at them. This is Lucan, being pressured by Pearson. And Dickens back over to Izzy Gill, the Aucklander, and she can't quite control that one. So the South have the chance to take it quickly, and Shannon does what she does best here, running at the defence.
Yeah, it was a good, unforced error, but good pressing again from the South. They're well organised. It was certainly something they did well yesterday's match. Certainly give them full marks for their pressing.
Megan Hull just sizing up the opportunity, but the North defence is well set. Closing and plugging all those gaps. There's a run from Tessa Jopp towards the circle. Good little effort here from Jopp, and there's an early chance, and it's over the top from Pearson.
I mean, really good, and even in that first... Feels like in that first 2 minutes of play we've already seen more intent than we saw in the entire match yesterday from the South. Really nice little interchange of passing and really good carry by Jopp into the circle.
Yeah, it really asked some questions, didn't it? The South will look to keep the pressure on. Yeah, they were a bit flat in that second game, weren't they? Mind you, there wasn't much in that game. Both goals coming from penalty corners to the North in that game, to Steph Dickens. Here's Tuilotalava. Double teamed, and Shannon. And unfortunately, the free hit given up by McCann.
Yeah, it was sort of like she played a get out of jail free card here. Tuilotalava was didn't look like there was anything wrong at all. Just got a free hit.
Dickens and Gill. That pass is not well directed and easily intercepted by Pearson, who's coming forward. Got Olivia Marion Shannon in the circle now. Needs a bit of support from Hope Ralph. Here is Kat Tinning, looking for the opportunity now. Comes Pearson into the circle and almost getting the foot there of a North player, but not quite. So Jock will come back and take the free hit. And they'll build from the back again through Hull. And now Homaha. It's the guided pass, but that one not is going to fall there for Anna Crowley.
It's an aggressive press here. Mary loves to do this.
In the end, not a bad option there from Dickens to try and pick out Tyler Lynch at the top there. And so Homaha needed to be aware, and she was, but she's given up the ball, but there will be a free hit. Turner making that decision down there.
It's certainly a good pick by Steph Dickens there, because that is the one thing when the other team is so aggressive, it does, they can't have their players everywhere, so if they're pushing them all up in front of you, it's mean there is a bit of space in behind sometimes, and Tyler Lynch anticipated that a little bit better. She might have been able to get on the end of it.
Goes Gill trying to find Ralph, and she will concede the free hit. So Hull will come forward to take it. Another solid series from Megan Hull.
She's really establishing herself as a rock in the Black Sticks, isn't she?
Absolutely. Even Dickens is making steps forward here and really dominating her position at the back here for the North.
Yeah, good to see them. Both different kind of players, but very good at what they do.
It's good to have depth, isn't it? With a couple of retirements now. Like Ella Gunson out of the game now. So Dickens and Hull will be expected to shoulder that responsibility and experience from now on. Here comes Pearson into the circle. Pearson! Oh! Just sneaking over the stick there of Jessie Anderson. Could have easily been 1-0 Lincoln.
Could have easily. I've liked the look of Holly Pearson in this game so far. She's always pretty eager, but she's certainly... They're looking like she's driving a bulldozer, going really strongly.
Speaking of driving some
heavy machinery.
That was Jock threatening again, wasn't she? Here is... That unfortunately will be given up there from Anderson. But some nice signs here for the South early in this game. North playing pretty much in their own 25, really, other than speculators like that going downfield. They've been on defence.
Yeah, it was an issue for them yesterday. I felt like they did talk about that at half-time. Are they trying to do a little bit better with their outletting, but not really seen any evidence of it. They're just struggling a little bit against that southern press to bridge it.
Everything's been flipped around with that poor pass, and now here's an opportunity for the North. Can they keep the ball? No, they give up the free hit, and the South are able to quell that potential attack without too many issues. Here's Hull going aerial once again, but that is misdirected.
Yeah, so out on the full.
Here comes the North again. So a couple of turnovers here in the last few seconds, midway through the first quarter. Omaha.
Been a bit sloppy from both teams, really. Another sloppy moment here. So barely seeing two passes strung together by either side. This last little passage of play.
Bit of pressure for both teams in possession. As Omaha comes forward, but she's triple teamed. That one's off Tynan, so it's going to be South ball.
Got up a little bit slowly there, Omaha. Looks like she might have rolled the ankle, but she seems okay.
Waka Omaha, one of the more experienced players out there, 32 years of age. Got to say congratulations to her too, recently married. It was a big moment, isn't it?
It was a big. I wasn't aware of that one either.
Here is Ella Brown, or Hyatt Brown rather, coming out. And now Baker trying to get in there and provide some energy to the South. She wins a free hit. Jake's now out there. You can see up top for the North. There's Hull swimming across to Crowley. You can't control that one, so the North have got a chance here right on the halfway line. Taking it quickly too is Jakes. Ooh, and there's going to be a green card, the first of the game, and Megan Hull just getting a little bit out of position there.
It was perhaps a little bit strong. I mean, again, I come back to my comment yesterday. I just feel like umpires should never be giving Megan Hull cards. She's just a very nice person. But, yeah, perhaps that was a little bit physical in the tackle there.
Oh, there's a big chance as Dickens crashed it in, but well defended by the South defence in the absence of Megan Hull. Nervous little moment there. Well struck crash in from Dickens it was.
Yeah, I mean, what the South would give at the moment to just complete just even one pass would be nice for them. It's almost like it's a competition to get rid of the ball, and here we go again. So instant turnover.
Wow, Katie Dawes all over that one. And now here comes Kayla Reid. And there's Tynan trying to find Arabella Shield, who's just come on. Now Tuilutalava just lost control of it. Gave the chance for Anna Crowley to get possession, but it hasn't lasted in the Souths for too long again. It's Dorr. Double teamed at the top of the circle, squeezing between two defenders. And it's not a penalty corner, it's just a free hit for the North.
Could have been a potential argument for a penalty corner
exactly.
There, but
Mary back defending there as she tries to find Shannon. So the South still down to 10 players with Megan Hull still on that green card. Now Shannon running at the defence here. So it's looking good. And here is a nice burst into the circle. And here's Shannon. Good save by the keeper. Brooke Roberts on form there.
Oh, that was a fantastic piece of play. Like, really good by Olivia Shannon, and linked up with, I think it was Brittany Wong. No, it might have been Holly Pearson she linked up with there. And great save by Roberts. Just very good hockey all round. Great injection of speed and skill from Shannon.
Well, speaking of skill and speed, here is Tyler Lynch, who's a noted runner. Here's Lynch right across the face, just skipping past the stick there of number 13. That is Kayla Reid. Again, opportunity, half chance for the North at that end of the pitch. A couple of exciting moments in the game. Still no score.
Megan Hull back on. So back to 11 players, the South. They weathered that storm and nearly scored a goal when they were a player down.
Absolutely. Here's Pearson in space again, finding a few gaps behind the midfield.
Olivia Shannon had peeled away and was in a mile of space. If Pearson had seen her, she would have had a free run at the top of the D.
They take it quickly here, the South. Chance in front of goal again. Here's Shannon. It is goal number 1 to the South. Shannon given too much space and powers it home. On the reverse, it's 1-0.
I was just about to say that you thought that maybe it should have a penalty corner if that was deemed to not be 5, but maybe umpire Jackman knew exactly what she was doing, that the South were better off with a free hit than a penalty corner. When you've got that kind of finish on you, that is absolutely binned it, did Olivia Shannon. Beautiful reverse stick finish.
First goal of the series for Olivia Shannon.
Gave Brooke Roberts absolutely no chance there. So first blood to the south here.
Good time to score 2 in the first quarter. And, other than a little wobbly period for the South in this first quarter, maybe 5 minutes ago, Link, it's been a pretty good performance from them so far.
Yeah, well, they've pressed well, and they've looked good at the attack. They've looked good when they've got on attack. They've really had a go. I mean, their back grip's been pretty horrific with the ball, but they haven't been really made to pay for that so far. But they've pressed well and attacked well, so they can thank their forward line for the 1-0 lead they have.
Cotter out there now, and there's Mary getting a little deflection, almost bringing in Tinning into the game. It's just come off her foot, so it will be a North free hit near the halfway line. Hyatt Brown. Gives it back to Gill, under pressure from Tinning, and Jop's on the ball again. Tinning got in the way there of Jop, who is on fire here. Yeah, just a little too aggressive for the umpire's liking, Tessa Jop.
She certainly doesn't leave you wondering, does she, Tessa Jop? She just really has a go.
Again, Tinning with a little deflection.
The issues the North seem to have when they're outletting the ball is that I just don't really feel like they've got any midfield presence. There's no midfielder, no central midfielder asking for the ball. So it's very easy for the South group to press a back three when all they're doing is just shoveling it around between the three of them. We really need to have one of those central midfielders just dropping in and offering a passing option.
McCann in possession. Nice move on Hope Ralph here from Rachel McCann. Still in possession here for the South. Just holds it up nicely for Casey Crowley, who does really well to hold the ball in the field of play. Going to put a move here on Jakes. And it's going to be a long corner, so the South continue to make a good start to this game. There's a crash ball not into the circle. Cut out nicely, as it turned out, by the North and Phoebe Steele, or Arabella Shield, rather. That's a good turn from Katie Dorr.
Yeah, and there we had it. So Katie Dorr offering an option, and what do you know, as soon as they've got in there, they've managed to pick the lock of the Southern press. It's a bit more like it from the North.
Well, inside the last minute of this first quarter now. How will the South play it here? After that first goal, and maybe Jakes might create one more opportunity for the North here. Jop has picked that one off again, and here she is at her strength again, Tessa Jop. Alex Lucan hearing back. Caitlin Cotter with a strong tackle. And the North just got under 20 seconds to create something here. Pearson, good pressure from her.
Okay, and you can see the South just really trying to wrap this ball onto this side of the pitch.
And that will do it for the first quarter. 1 goal in that quarter, scored by Olivia Shannon. And the South have the lead in this winner-take-all game at quarter time by 1-0.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the coaches have got up their sleeves here. You would think both want to see a vast improvement in their team's ability to outlet and hold the ball, because at the moment it leaves a lot to be desired. Both teams really looking much better when they don't have the ball and are pressing the other team. That's when they're looking their most effective, trying to get a turnover and counter.
Well, we'll see if they can improve that facet of play in the second quarter. And here is the goal. Shannon, just a lovely touch there to create space and powering home that reverse shot. Olivia Shannon, of course, she's only 20 years of age, already played 37 games for New Zealand, scoring 4 goals. And, of course, if COVID hadn't been around, she would have played a lot more than 37 games.
Just fantastic technique from Shannon, just leaning, getting her weight right forward, getting the edge of the stick low to the ground, making good connection. I mean, watching the 21s players a bit earlier today, and that's something they struggle with on the reverse. They almost, a number of times, the umpire's calling them for hitting the back of the stick because they're just not quite getting their technique right, whereas that was copybook from Olivia Shannon.
Well, what fixes that problem, Lincoln? Practice?
Learning how to swing properly is the main factor.
Yes.
So usually it's just a little bit of a lack of technique, and whereas Shannon there demonstrated exactly how it should be done.
So 1-0 to the South after the first 15 minutes. And they've looked a different team from the one that played yesterday. A lot more energy.
They've certainly got some pep in their step, that's for sure.
Straight away, the North back in possession. With Dickens starting this quarter. Here she comes, Steph Dickens. Gets it over to Taylor White. White gives it to Lucan. Lucan thought about crashing it in. Taylor White might cross it. And that's off Shannon and going to be a long corner. So the South have got everyone back in their 25 at the moment. That one's taken Jessie Anderson on the hand.
It's quite high. But, anyway, free hit awarded to the North.
Cotter. Nice move from Caitlin Cotter. Swing it in. Jakes will give it a chance there. And was that off the leg? Yes, it's a penalty corner, the first of the game. South just a little passive there, giving the North the opportunity to create something in the circle.
Yeah, see the replay here. So Cotter was, again, a little bit aerial, but allowed to play on, and then Jarks pounced on the loose ball. Smashed into a foot, so got Dickens on the field, so you'd have to think there's a
flick coming from her.
What have we got going on down there? We've got a penalty corner gear issue here. Has to be said, they're a bit disorganised, the ladies' teams. This is the second time we've seen them assemble in the defensive end and suddenly realise they don't have their gear. Yep.
Looks like Olivia Shannon might need some gloves.
And the umpires here operating with the mercy rule, where they're allowing them to sort themselves out there. She found out what happened the other day to Brad Reed, who was sent out of the goal for taking too long to get his gear on. So he was made to pack his bags and go to halfway. And they had to defend with 3.
Here is the penalty corner now. Cotter and Dickens at the top. It's going to Steph Dickens. Dickens deflected in, and there is a goal. It's the equaliser.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for Casey Crowley, it's just hit her stick and just bombled into the goal. So you see here the flick from Dickens, and it's just deflected straight off the stick of Casey Crowley, and it just meant that Kirsty Nation could do, and you can see Nation was initially moving towards where the flick was coming, and the deflection just sent her the wrong way.
Wow, that's a little twist, isn't it? The South dominating the game, but locked up at 1-1. Dickens getting that goal from the penalty corner, her third. In fact, she's the only goal scorer for the North in this series.
Some bragging rights over her forward line. You're playing centre back and you're the only one who scored a goal.
Hull sweeps it downfield, nicely gathered there by Tynan. Oh, it's a lovely touch from Dorr, but just a touch too strong as it turned out. Oh, Omaha's lost it. Here's a chance for Jakes inside the circle. Jakes, and it's going to be cleared away. The South a little untidy with that play until it was stopped, and Crowley coming clear now.
Yeah, it's again, it began with Megan Hull's pass out of defence, trying to pick a striker off, and one of the issues you find when you're in this kind of central area of the park and you're trying to crack the ball to post up leads from midfielders or strikers is that when you sweep hit the ball, it does take longer to execute that skill, and it does give the defence just that extra second or two to see what's happening. It was a big problem yesterday for the Southern men as well. A
Here's
lot of
McCann.
their sweeper passes being picked off, and that'll be a penalty corner.
Yeah. So McCann, excellent, tenacious play from Rachel McCann there to really create something. And this is the first penalty corner for the team in white, the South.
Again, good execution on the reverse stick from McCann. And I mean, Brooke Roberts did well to stop it, but unfortunately for her, just directed it back dangerously into a couple of players. So
not much you could really do about that one, Lincoln, there, to be fair.
Yeah, it is tough on goalkeepers when the ball comes at you in the air. It's very hard to, sometimes you just have to concede a penalty corner. There's not much you can do.
Well, that was one of those occasions. So here's Shannon to take the penalty corner. Mary and Hull at the top. And here goes Shannon to Megan Hull. And there is the goal. Megan Hull, as professional as you like. Finds some space. It's 2-1. Another goal.
Yeah, if I had $1 for every time I see Megan Hull do that, just a little carry sweep, just takes it, you see it here, just takes it outside the line of the first runner and then banks it in the corner of the goal. You'd have to say that, you know, we haven't seen that, I suppose, from Megan Hull, because certainly if you do your homework on your running, you would know that's what she's looking to do and try to be more prepared to move with that little bunch she makes. In the end, she's done the first runner very easily and smashed in the corner. Well taken goal.
Well, she doesn't get many goals, Megan Hull. 43 games for New Zealand. She debuted back in 2016. She's only scored once. That was against Australia in 2019. But good work by Hull there. And look, we've only had 2 penalty corners in the game, Lincoln, and both have resulted in goals now. Good strike rate for both teams. See if that percentage continues as this game goes forward. Stickens gets Lucan into the game.
It certainly highlights the value of penalty corner skills, especially penalty corner striking skills. Because we saw some of the under-21 women watching this game would be thinking, right, if I want to get selected, maybe I should get good at doing one of those things. Because the corners, attacking corners in that group, we're not so flash in terms of the amount of goals scored.
Tynan, great skills from her. Check that out. And a good tackle in the end from Hull to stop Rose Tynan. That was skillful work by the Auckland striker on that occasion.
Yeah, good fast hands, Rose Tynan.
So McCann to inbound it. She will, in fact, leave it for Crowley, for Anna Crowley. Hull tries to find direct path to the goal, and that one's just deflected off Cotter's stick into a teammate, so it's going to be a South free hit right on the 25. And Tessa Jock takes it, she's just crashing it in. And that is going against Holly Pearson that time.
And Kate and Collar right at the back now for the... that transition is normally something that players might make over their playing career. Saw Kayla Sharland move further and further back as she went through her career. It's happened to Caitlin Cotter in the space of a few days, where she's gone from the front to the back.
Well, how do you think she's going, Lincoln? I mean, it is a big change, isn't she's going okay, isn't she?
She is. She's got a good skill set for I can understand why they might look at playing her there, because she's a good distributor of the ball. The fact that she's a forward that's come back means she's got pretty handy stick skills, which is always good to have at the back. It'll just be interesting to see her get in a good one-on-one tackling situation. That's where traditionally or generally strikers can be a little bit clumsy and poor. So it'll be just interesting to see how she goes when she's faced with Olivia Shannon or Holly Pearson running at her.
Baker out there now, so a whole bunch of subs coming on at the same time. Just made it slightly disorganised for both teams there. It's Baker again. And now it's back to Millie Calder, who's out there now. Hull switching over to the right-hand side, but a space too. She's going to crash it in. Mary just popped up, and Dickens. Big strides coming downfield here nicely for the North. She wins a free hit. Good play from Dickens. Cotter. Lucan just dropping back down a bit deeper in the pitch with Dickens making that run. And that was comfortably cut off by Mackay Stewart. And now here comes Ambrosius over to Pearson at the circle's edge.
Yeah, again, it was the sweep pass that was cut off. So I just wonder if I was the incoming Black Sticks women's coach, I would be working on my back grip, being able to hit the ball rather than doing that, which is sweeping it and having it picked off almost like nauseum moment. A number of those passes that are just getting won by the other team.
Here's Lynch. And a good turnover to win here for the South. And it's Megan Hull striding forward. Oh, gets it back. Hull towards the circle's edge. And unfortunately, she will concede the free hit. Hard work there for Megan Hull.
She found herself a long way forward there, Megan Hull. Very rare foray for her into the attacking quarter. Yeah, they still don't really have any solution here, the North, to the Southern press. Another one that just goes straight out.
Baker. A little duel with Alex Lucan there. But it's won by Baker because she gets the free hit. Taken by Crowley. Now Calder coming forward for the South. It's a lovely little touch from Mary there.
Nearly fell to the stick of Kat Tinning.
Didn't it? What? No field position at all, really, for the North in this quarter. There's a bit of pressure from Mary at the top here. Ava Silstra almost losing the ball there. Oh, well worked there from White. That was great effort from her as Tui Lotalava comes into the circle here. And she finds the side netting.
It was well done by Taylor White. Was
yes,
good.
Wasn't it?
Good strength on the ball. Now she's got to run all the way back to pick up her player.
Crowley. High Brown. And she was pressured by Anderson. Wins the free hit. And free hit conceded by Tinning. Shield goes downfield. Easily picked off by Crowley. Hull now for the South. They lead 2-1. Shannon and Hull are goal scorers. Goal scorer for the North, Steph Dickens. And we have just under 6 to play until half-time in this winner-take-all match. Now Katie Dorr looking to provide a bit of urgency. Couldn't keep it going though, and now Hull, as we see, expertly she'll just try and hopefully flick it into the foot there and win a free hit, which she does. Whoops, Katie Dorr. And a little pressure. Mike Brown needs to come in and give her a hand.
A lot of appealing going on there at the moment. Everybody wants a free hit, and no one's getting one.
Katie Dorr just smiling to herself off camera there for that little play. No pace on the ball that time from Shield, but Dickens. Now Mary can put pressure on Shield here. This might be interesting. And there is the turnover at halfway, but they're tidying up as she often does as Steph Dickens. There's Mary coming back. Again putting pressure on. Nice skills from Tinning to trap that one. Free hit here for the South. This will give them the chance to come forward, and there's going to be a card here And second card of the game, and the player coming off is Arabella Shield.
Yeah, that was the same thing that happened yesterday that we talked about, where Arabella Shield sort of pretended it was her free hit and took it. And Jackman was having none of it. Like, you know, as I mentioned yesterday, I think in that game it was Bevan Nicol. DJ Nicol, the fiance of umpire Jackman. So maybe those two have a chat about that every now and then, and they've both decided that they're going to have none of that. And good on them, because I think it's a fair call. Clean the game up a little bit.
Second green card. We saw Megan Hull carded earlier in the contest, of course. So one discretion each for the two teams now.
Certainly like to roll with subs, these teams. You sort of
just getting that nice deflection, but Jock couldn't trap the ball off Crowley's delivery. But we're not keeping territory stats in this game, Lincoln, but it feels like the South have really been playing a lot of the game in that north half for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I think you'd be quite correct there. I mean, they just have been better on the ball, the South, there's no doubt about it. They had a little bit of a period where they couldn't make a pass in the first quarter, but
Mary's got it. Got rid of that defender. Mary into the circle. Chance, and it's just hit the foot there of one of the South players. Might have been Emily Wyam.
Yeah, that was
a
always
bit unfortunate, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was always going to be a tough for VM there. It was just a tough angle for Mary where she was. It was good to see a couple of the South players in there with their stick, because you never know. That ball might have crashed into one of them.
South have it. Oops, no, they don't. Just under 2 to go now in this first half.
So Arabella Shield has snuck back onto the field here. Served her time.
North back to their full complement of 11. Now Hyatt Brown. Being pressured by Shannon. Dickens will need to play this. She was hoping initially for it to go over the back line. Wasn't to be. Shannon's got the loose ball here. There's a good tackle from Gill. Here's a chance for Jop. It's wide. It's not on target.
Yeah, again, really good pressure from the South. You see them here just harassing. That's the next bit of play there. The pass, and Tessa Jop unable to hit the target.
Oh, here's Mary stealing the ball. Good little stick there from Dickens. Stops the threat.
Yeah, they're their own worst enemies at the moment, the North. They're just getting hunted down on the ball all the time here at the moment.
Well, the North won a free hit. So a lot of pressure on their defensive end in this game. But they're hanging tough. I think Dickens just wants it out of there, doesn't she?
Yeah, anywhere but here at the moment. I think I'll be quite keen to get into the shed and have a little bit of a chat about how they can try and build that ball up out of the back a little bit better.
Ralph and Omaha come together. Free hit goes against Omaha. And Ralph will need to come back and take it from the spot. So 10 seconds here. So simple crash play perhaps coming here for the North before time elapses. Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
Here's Hyatt Brown playing that now, and they are out of time. So it's been a game dominated by the team in white so far. But on the scoreboard, it's still game on, no question about it. Half-time here with the South leading in this game 3 of the series by 2-1.
So on the site used to be one home on 809 square metres. We've subdivided it and put on 2 houses at the front and then 5 terraced homes at the back. Doing a development compared to building a standalone home is quite different, and the development side of things actually needs a whole bunch of specialists. One of the great things about working with Sentinel was the team that they have available. If you're thinking about subdividing, you should definitely call Sentinel Homes.
Get exploring with the Ford Everest, built to take on anything and everyone. And with an impressive towing capacity and third row folding seats, you can pack more in and load more on while always being in complete control. Explore with confidence with the Ford Everest. Search Ford Everest today.
Impatience is a virtue. When you know what you want, waiting isn't an option. New Balance. We got now.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna ask me if you won.
You're gonna say, if you don't try, you'll never get any better.
But I should take it more seriously.
You're gonna tell me to get off my phone,
Do something worthwhile. That it's not a real sport. That I'm not really the right build. But I'm not doing this for you.
I'm doing this for me.
Because it's my move.
Sentinel Homes North series between these two sides is shaping up terrific second half in this final match of the women's series. Remember the North won game, South won game 1 rather, 2-0. North won game 2-0, and it's 2-1 here at half time. Let's have a look at what has happened in the game so far as we check out the goals here. First to Olivia Shannon off the reverse stick here, boom! And it went. South leading 1-0. After the end of the first quarter, Shannon that touch creating space for herself beautifully and finished off in expert fashion by the black stick striker. And then after a period where the North was struggling a little bit, that one in off a penalty corner from Steph Dickens, getting the deflection off the stick there of Casey Crowley, one of the defenders. A little unfortunate for the keeper there, Kirsty Nation, really had no chance to react that. Very difficult for keepers. You can see her there completely on the wrong side of the goal. So 1-1 the score. Steph Dickens getting her third goal of the championship. Then the third goal came from a penalty corner too. This is Megan Hull just smashing it into the forehand corner. Not able to be defended by Hope Ralph and her teammates as Hull tapped it into the circle and smashed it home and gave the South that 1-goal lead again. Brooke Roberts not able to catch up with that one. So 2-1 to the South. It's going to be a really interesting second half coming up. Stay with us. It's not too far away.
So on the site used to be one home on 809 square metres. We've subdivided it and put on 2 houses at the front and then 5 terraced homes at the back. Doing a development compared to building a standalone home is quite different, and the development side of things actually needs a whole bunch of specialists. One of the great things about working with Sentinel was the team that they have available. If you're thinking about subdividing, you should definitely call Sentinel Homes.
Get exploring with the Ford Everest, built to take on anything and everyone. And with an impressive towing capacity and third row folding seats, you can pack more in and load more on while always being in complete control. Explore with confidence with the Ford Everest. Search Ford Everest today.
Impatience is a virtue. When you know what you want, waiting isn't an option. New Balance, we got now.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna ask me if we won.
You're gonna say, if you don't try, you'll never get any better.
But I should take it more seriously.
You're gonna tell me to get off my phone,
Do something worthwhile. That it's not a real sport. That I'm not really the right build. But I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. Because it's my move.
Kia ora again. Welcome to St Paul's Collegiate. This is half-time now in the women's game. We're not too far away from the start of the second half with the third and final game of the North-South Series. Sentinel Homes North House Series saw 2022 South leading 2-1. Shannon and Hull, the goal scorers for the South, and Dickens, the goal scorer for the North. So some half an hour of play to come in this game, and then at 2 o'clock, let's remind you we'll have the final match of the series for the men. I hope you can stay with us. The North winning both games so far, 3-2 in game one, and then completing a 2-1 win in game number 2. So 2 o'clock, that game will be heading off. So we hope you can join us then, and maybe the South can salvage a bit of pride after losing the series. But there's still half an hour of hockey to play here on the turf. Let's get some halftime reaction now. Standing by with Lincoln Churchill is the assistant coach of the North team, Verity Charland.
All right, we're here with Verity Charland. So a little bit of a under the pump a little bit in that half.
Yes, it's replicating what sort of folded yesterday. So we've had a good talk to the girls in the locker room, and we're looking to come out with a bit more fight in us and to make sure that we win most of those battles across the pitch. At the moment, we're probably being outmuscled in the 50-50.
Yeah, they're a pretty strong press from the South. Have you come up with a few ideas about how you might get through that?
Yeah, we have. We just need to go back to our two-touch mentality. It is great that they're pressing us because it's nice to play some competitive hockey and put our girls under a bit of pressure and see how they respond. But definitely the two-touch hockey, the queuing in prior to receiving the ball is critical to making sure that those connections remain intact.
Look forward to seeing the second half. All the best.
Well, there's Verity Charland, and straight away we're going to go back to Lincoln, who has the South head coach with him, Bryce Collins.
Well, here with Bryce Collins. Bryce, what did you say to your team between yesterday and today?
Well, nothing spectacular, just doing the basics well. I thought we were a little bit more comfortable in our outletting structure, and so we had more options. And the same with our press, just calmer in what we're doing, and when the ball pops in, just being able to put pressure on and understanding our targets.
Yeah, I mean, the press has been very good, but also the attacking intent from your strikers. They've been getting in there and causing some trouble.
Yeah, but a few words in and around that as well, and just having a crack and using your skill and everything you've got, and being really well connected as well. So pleasing to see us create more opportunities to score goals today.
All the best for taking it out.
Yeah, Bryce Collins all set now for the start of the second half, with the North with work to do in the South. Can they carry on their impressive first half performance to close out not only a win in this match, but the series title as well in the Sentinel Homes North-South Series? Umpires are all set to go. Lani Jackman, Katrina Turner. And here we go with the North starting off and straight away bringing Tuilotalava into the game to create an opportunity down the left flank here and really put some pressure on and try and increase the urgency on this South defence. There's a lovely little pass to her to get the second half underway. Dickens sweeps it across to Gill. He's just outpaced the ball by McCann. Ralph looking to create something now. Into the circle, Tuilotalava again. Patient play here from the North. And who appeals for a penalty corner. Yes. Go answered. Now we might see a little korero with the two umpires here as the South adamant. There was no penalty corner there. Maybe the replay might decide at Lincoln.
Well, definitely had a foot of a Southern player, I thought. Let's have a close look here. So they were pretty unhappy about it, weren't they?
Well, there it is. Definitely onto the foot there, the right foot of that player. At the end there.
Good teamwork from the umpires there. It's, umpire Lonnie Jackman a little bit unsighted. This can sometimes happen when there's a lot of people in the way. And
yeah, you can't see through bodies. So second penalty corner of the game here for the North. Remember, they scored from their only other penalty corner opportunity. Can they do so again here to square it up? Perfect time to strike early in the second half. Here comes Dickens again. This time the lead runner, Shannon, almost gets the goal there, but not to be. And well defended by the South in the end, as Shannon, such a good lead runner.
Yeah, she wore that clean on the leg, Olivia Shannon, and a good advantage by Jackman as the ball fell to Alex Lucan, who had a pretty good look at goal herself. Unfortunately, couldn't get it past Kirsty Nation, who stood tall and made the save.
Now they go back to that place. Tui Lotalava this time can't control the ball, and Hull comes away with it and wins the free hit.
Might be a card here too by the amount of whistle blowing that I heard there.
No, the card stayed in the pocket.
No, she's taken a seat in the naughty chair, according to me.
Okay. Well,
couldn't see who that was, but I think it was a green card.
Okay. We'll just clarify that in just a moment. Hull.
Yeah, they've only got 9 out there on the field, so they are down a player, the North.
Well, it didn't go to plan for them at all there, did it? Love to a strike there. Cotter is pressured off the ball from Shannon. Shannon concedes the free hit.
It's a real characteristic of particularly Olivia Shannon and, sorry, oh yeah, it is Olivia Shannon, I was going to say. Olivia Shannon and Olivia Mary. Both very good. Maybe it's, if you called Olivia, you're good at doing it. They're very good at what they call reverse pressing. So it's when the ball's got behind them, it just tearing back the player and trying to effect a shave tackle. Very good at doing it. Just means there's always pressure coming on those, on the Northern players.
Here's Tynan. Omaha wins the free hit for South. But Dickens is there to steal it. And now Dorr coming forward for the North. Tui Lotalava just can't keep her footing. Jop for the South. Tui Lotalava is conceding the free hit, and now so too is Taylor White. Here's Jop. South chance to move forward for the first time really in the second half as Pearson comes into the circle with a probing run. Cotter just getting there for the North. Good commitment from her. Maddie Dorr will leave it for Zylstra. And now Dickens can settle it down, but she's pressured by Pearson. Chance again out for this left-hand flank for the North. Maddie Dorr just couldn't quite get a good stick on it.
Tackle by White. I was just about to say she's had a good game as she throws a bit of a right pass there, but she's been very strong. Strong and robust.
So the South now. Again, the opportunity inside the 25. What opportunity can they create? There's plenty of North players back. There's McCann, continues to hold the ball, and now she turns it over. Held up in that corner. Both teams a little bit here.
Yeah, good patience from Zelstra. Be a tendency to sort of rush things out of there, but she just held the nerve and tried to draw a foul, which she managed to do.
Dickens. Sawed off the ball as Zelstra once again. Just manages to recover it. Now Dickens again. Good pressing again by the South.
That's going to hurt. Holly Pearson just copping it.
If it did hurt, she's not showing it. White. That's a great ball from her. And now Lynch just loses it over the back line.
Yeah, just those words from Verity Charlotte at half-time, I think they're pretty apt about. She talked about the back group needing to be connected before they receive the ball and having just 2 touches. And a couple of times, as they've been outletting in this half again, they've just been dwelling on it a little bit. Opportunities to throw passes, but they're just not identifying them quick enough. And then they end up pressured. So that's good from Dickens. 1, 2 touches. Moves the ball on quickly.
Hyatt Brown. Sweeping it down the right-hand side, but that one's off Jakes. So no goals in this third quarter so far as Dickens gets in front there of Merry.
See again, it's Olivia Merry working back, reverse pressing. A bit loose from Dickens there.
Dawes was the target of that pass, but it was well short after the deflection. Now here comes Rebecca Baker. Good little ball down to Anderson. Baker trying to win it back there for the South, and she has it. Good skills from Baker here. Baker! Oh, the last touch just deserts her. That could have been spectacular.
Yeah, it was nice little, you see it on the replay here, very good skill. She beat about 4 players and just lost control of the ball at the last moment.
Gill, now Tynan in space here for the North. Oh, just sneaks over the stick there of Tyler Lynch. Omaha with a pretty interesting touch. It ended up being a pretty critical touch there for the South, which again will win a long corner for her team. Shields going to take this one. High Brown initially thought about going to Dickens, but Gill got back. And Tynan can't control that one, which is a little disappointing for the North. Good ball to Jop. Power play from Jop is a good one. Here comes Marion. A good position for the South, and over the stick it goes there of Emily Viam.
Good chance. Really well done by Jop again. Good strength on the ball. Not a bad pass by Mary too. Just couldn't get that final connection.
Hope Ralph with the free hit. No, she concedes it in fact. So the South back in possession. Katie Dorr in midfield there will win a free hit for her team. Immediately sees Gill in a bit of space.
It's a little bit of an unnecessary sweep pass there from Gill. Could have just pushed that down the line easily enough. Two balls on the field here, so I'll just have to...
Hull will come forward here. No goal, 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. Tight third quarter in the game so far. No real big opportunities other than that one for Viam a moment ago. Straight away we're seeing Zelstra hustled off the ball again. There's Jessie Anderson winning a free hit. Crowley to come forward to take it. It's Anna Crowley. Kai Stewart sweeps it forward, but she can't link it up with a teammate, and Izzy Gill. Good skills there from Kayla Reid just to control it for a moment, but now Jop Try gets around her opponent. Job strong running has had the North in trouble all game.
They're very direct. Tessa Job.
She's very effective. It's Tessa Job. There's the deflected pass from Crowley. Ralph is there though. Is Katie Dorr. Goes aerial for Lynch. Lynch concedes the free hit.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, that was tackling teammates there.
That was genuine own tackle there. You don't often see that, but...
Oh, that's a tasty ball. If Ralph can gather this, she's not going to be able to catch up with that one. That might have been interesting if Ralph had got that one. Tyler Lynch looming up on the inside.
See a Northern player on the pitch here who's not on the team sheet, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Maybe she's got a different dress on. Number 13 for the North.
Kayla Reid.
Oh, it is Kayla Reid. Okay, you've got her.
Yep, she's been out there
the whole time.
Pretty much.
That was who got the green card before, actually.
Oh, right, there you go.
I was trying to work it out, and that's why I was struggling. Kayla Reid, and she hails from Wellington.
Indeed, here comes Katie Dorr. So weather closing in a little bit here at Sports Collegiate, looking pretty gloomy out there.
It's looking gloomy. It's not looking so good for hockey. Good for my vegetable garden. But
Cotter coming forward here for the North. The South got all their players behind the ball. Here's a chance for Tynan. She's a good reverse stick shooter. And they know that, and they defended that opportunity there. As Dorr swings it onto the foot there. That was clever from Katie Dorr. And here is a penalty corner for the North.
Yeah, really well defended by Casey Crowley initially to deny a shooting opportunity for Rose Tynan, and then just, it was Rachel McCann just not quite protecting her feet here. So you'll see it, and then stick away from the feet, and Katie Dorr noticing that and just rolling the ball back to the foot. So really good play by Dorr. It's been good today for the North, Katie Dorr.
Challenging conditions for the next few minutes here. The big shower sweeping in from the west. So, perfect time to strike here and lock this game up. There's Tyler Lynch, but Steph Dickens not on the pitch for this one. It's going to go to Caitlin Cotter. Cotter was a good flick, but it was defended on that near post.
Yeah, Olivia Mary on the post there for the South.
So the North will put the pressure on here through Cotter again, who's staying forward here. Remember, she's a striker as well as a defender. Still there for the North, and that one's going to be deflected away again. So far the South defence is standing up, but only just. See if they can, North can capitalise here. Big moment in this game, you feel. Oh, Cotter gives it away with a communication breakdown with her and Shield.
Yeah, both part of a strong group of players from the Hawke's Bay. Caitlin Cotter, Arabella Shield, of course Olivia Shannon. Good little clump of hockey talent in this group.
Lynch. Nice touch there. It's from Tynan. And it's going over.
Yeah, really nice touch from Tynan. Just couldn't quite get the shot. A difficult place to score from, of course, right on that baseline. But so we have a good shot of Katie Dorr there watching on.
So Hull will cool it down here.
There's the touch. There's the replay there. And just got two under it. Tynan hit it for 6.
Hull working away hard. Wins the free hit really well there. Conscious that they've been under defensive pressure for the last couple of minutes and come out of it here pretty well as White wins the ball. 50-50 ball, that one.
Somewhat dangerously. Probably warranted a free hit there with both players reaching up. Their sticks next to each other's heads. But anyway, no harm was done.
Pass from Dorr down to Jakes. Tries to squeeze between those two defenders. Jakes takes it quickly. And clean tackle there from Megan Hull. And Job picked up the loose ball. Now Mary can counter here. And Shannon.
Yeah, you're not going to barge your way through Tessa Job and Megan Hull, are you? Like, you're driving a freight train to get through there.
Well, here's Shannon with less than a minute to play in this third quarter now. Job doesn't time that crash ball at all. And Tinning gets a free hit right on the edge of the circle, and there's going to be a green card as well. And looks like that might be going against Taylor White.
Yeah, it's unusual that wasn't turned into a penalty corner, because normally that's what you would see there.
Here's Job into the circle. That
Great
was Mary's
save.
shot. And let's have a look and see who's come up with the ball. It's Kayla Reid. That could have easily been 3-1.
It's a fantastic piece of goalkeeping to stop that from that range. It was a really good effort.
Well, right at the end of the quarter, and that will do it for the third quarter. So no goals in this quarter, but there could have easily been one right at the end there. 2 goals to 1. It is to the south with 1 quarter remaining.
They certainly climbed their way back into that quarter a bit more than North. They offered a bit more, had a bit more time in the attacking half there.
But they couldn't get the goal they were looking for.
Yes, that's right. And seen a replay, but to see that piece of goalkeeping from Brooke Roberts, because it was an outstanding stop to basically keep her team in the game.
Well, big opportunity for Brooke Roberts to, there she is, just at the background behind Shay McAleese there. Big opportunity for Roberts in the series. Of course, Grace O'Hanlon is not involved in this series, although will still be available for the international program, and you'd think she'll come back into the Black Sticks. But Georgia Barnett's taken the year off. And let's have a look at the highlights.
Just never quite got hold of that, did she, Tessa Job?
Here's the penalty corner attempt in that quarter. North have had 2 penalty corners in the game.
Follow-up shot by Lucan that was easily dealt with by Kirsty Nation.
But that last attempt by, right at the end of the quarter, as I mentioned, for Brooke Roberts.
Let's another look at that.
It's our penalty corner.
Good piece of goal. Good save there by
Mary
on the post.
Just deflecting it away. Here's a touch on big opportunity for Brooke Roberts, though, Lincoln, with Barnett not available this year.
Yeah, good goalkeeper, Brooke Roberts. Black Sticks are pretty blessed, actually, with goalkeeping talent. Good keepers, Kirsty Nation. Good keeper herself down there behind the Southern team today. Melly Williamson, Kelly Carline, so there's a lot of good goalkeepers around at the moment.
A lot of whistles going on here.
Got some sort of signal from...
Remember, the North are still on that green card as well, with Taylor White sitting on the sideline. Georgia Barnett has actually retired from the game. Just gone back through some old emails, Lincoln. And Georgia Barnett has actually retired. I better get that right. Got to get these things right.
Yeah. Did she send you an email directly to let you know that?
No, I've had I had an email from one of the Hockey New Zealand officials, Regan Bain, later on last week, who went through every player that's not available for the series and the reasons why. And I just thought I just had a sneaky suspicion I better double check that email regarding Georgia Barnett. And yes, the word retired was next to her name. So I better get these things right.
Yes. Well, obviously for her, some greener pastures somewhere else.
Here's Job into the circle. Good run by Tessa Job. Couldn't link up with a teammate, Mary and Shannon. Right there.
Seen that happen a few times for the south side today, where there was one earlier from Olivia Mary where a ball just sailed sort of, from a dangerous area, then just sailed harmlessly across the stroke spot. You just wonder whether they quite got their setup right in terms of where their other attackers are positioning. Often stacked up behind one another, so effectively they're the same pass.
Omaha. It's come off Jake, so it's going to be Mary with the inbound pass, and she seizes the opportunity nice and early, takes it quickly, Olivia Mary. Oh, it's a good, clean tackle by Alex Lucan. And Whitey's back onto the pitch now. Just couldn't quite control it, so she concedes the free hit there. Omaha over to Hull. Can and Job deep back. And there's a guided pass again from Calder this time, rather from Casey Crowley, and now Ralph is on it. Oh, Jake's got to put the foot down here. Hull racing back as well. And Hull, I think, will just leave it go over the back line, and she does. McCann on it now for the South.
A little bit disjointed, the Northern press at the moment. Yeah, I mean, you could hear Shay McAleese beneath us here just moments ago, calling them all to get forward and get up, get together as a unit, because at the moment it's a little bit easy to get unpicked.
It's good work by Dorr to create space for Hope Ralph there. Ralph not quite accurate with that pass, and it's easily picked off by the South defence on that occasion, and here's Job in space. Pass, they're lacking direction to Vime. Just can't, you can see there the North are giving it absolutely everything, but they just can't quite get it. Everything just spot on at the moment. This Dorr comes forward again. There's another example of it right there.
Just struggling for a little bit of poise on the ball. Sort of rushing a little bit when they don't need to, and then perhaps other times when they need to be quick, they're a little bit slow.
It's just a little things not quite being executed right by the North at the moment. Here's Mary.
Another easy outlet for the South there.
Wasn't it? Here's Mary running and coming forward here. Looking likely here was Anderson, and now here comes Baker. Anderson with the shot. Deflected away. Good stop there by Roberts again.
Yeah, that was much better from the South. Different passing options as they came down the baseline. So Jessie Anderson did well. Got into what they call the 90-degree pass. Pretty hard to defend that, so she's able to receive it. Elected to push the ball.
Omaha crashes it in, and Cotter takes no risks and gets rid of it. Well, Roberts has done pretty well. It's the first time she's effected a good save.
Yeah, at the moment, she's keeping her side in the hunt here.
Job, space in the circle, but Dickens. And it's going to be a long corner.
So there is a trophy that's on these two senior games. So the Havler Downs Cup.
Yeah, that's going to be awarded.
So obviously we already know the outcome of the men. It's been won by the North. So can the South take the women's title? I'm not sure what happens if that goes one each. So they toss a coin. I think that's exactly what they do. They have a game of papers as a rock.
Well, that was a guess on my part.
Yes,
Lincoln.
it could be. I mean, they have decided things with the toss of a coin before.
Yeah, maybe they go on goal difference or something. Let's see if it comes to that. Of course, if this game's drawn, we're going to get a shootout.
Might be some kind of strange countback system. They've been a number of...
Well, if this game's drawn, we're going to have equal goals in the series too. As we see the South come forward, and that control from Mackay Stewart. It's not quite there. Now Ralph comes forward. Jake's there. Jake's trying to get through that tackle of Hull, but she's got an uncanny ability, hand-eye coordination there, Megan Hull. Just get her stick down at just the right moment. Job feeds it out to Baker.
Yeah, she's good with her hands, Megan Hull. Very good hand-eye coordination.
Called her out there now. Now Baker. Exciting prospect, isn't she? Just 20 years of age, originally from Wanganui, now studying in Auckland. quite at home at this level. She is just stretching out, but Dickens was there to stop it for the North. Here comes Katie Dorr again.
Did her schooling at Wanganui High School. Rebecca Baker, player with her talent, didn't chase the big money. They head off to boarding school somewhere in Auckland. And good on her.
Lovely switch of play there to Gill. That pass again lacking accuracy.
Katie Dorr just coming off, so be the North just giving her a rest for a couple of minutes to get her back to full gusto for a final push in this game. You would think they're going to need Katie Dorr out there if they're going to make something happen.
Well, it's 7.5 minutes to go for the North to find this equaliser. No goals since half-time in this contest. Exciting first half with 3 goals in it. 2 from penalty corners. None since, as we see Shield swinging across to Dickens. Nicely gathered. She goes long there to Lynch. Her and Lucan trying to win the ball, but they get a free hit. Lani Jackman, the umpire there. There's Lynch's cross. Another free hit has been awarded. So James Tuilotalava hovering around the circle for the North. So to Kelly. Lynch in a bit of trouble. She's got a bit of traffic there.
Yeah, well, she just didn't really get anyone in her team coming to help her. So effectively in a 1-on-3.
Well, she'll never give up, Tyler Lynch. She actually wins a free hit there off Tinning. Here's Lynch with this superb stick skills, but back of the stick, I think, on one occasion.
Yeah, she does have phenomenal stick skills, Tyler Lynch. They're sort of, her teammates just kind of leaving her to it. See what you can come up with here, Tyler.
So it gives the opportunity for the South to get some composure back.
Better press from the North, better connection. Working as a unit.
Didn't last long
also a turnover.
Here's Reid. Tuilotalava right by the back line. Another free hit for the North.
That'll be a bit too high from Jacques. Going for that skipping pass, but it was just a little bit too aerial, so deemed dangerous. So we head towards the final 5 minutes, so whether Very Charlin will she look to pull the keeper here? And you'd have to think that would be worth a shout at some point, just a question of when they try to do it.
It's going to be ball for the North. Door back on, Hope Ralph back on. 2 young Black Sticks players for the North. One last push here. Cotter. Cotter loses the ball. She wins the free hit though. Maybe a little fortunate there.
Just wins a free hit, yeah. It was, could have easily not been one.
Well, she's given it away. Here's VM coming through here for the South. VM chasing hard. Quite happy to just soak it up in the corner maybe as McCann looks for VM again. And Cotter was going for the sideline there and ended up being all right. Rescued by White. Scrappy ball, and Pearson now trying to create something at the top of the circle. Good tackle from Dorr, no. And here's a free hit in a dangerous position here for Baker. Baker into the circle, sweeps it across. And right there was McCann, but she couldn't get a shot on goal. Of course, if the South score here, could seal the game and the series.
See, the North's tactic they're using at the moment is just keeping a striker. Oh, dear. That was a really good chance. A really good chance. Couldn't get her feet around Holly Pearson. So now we see the keeper is being pulled.
So Roberts coming off. Extra outfield player for the North. It's now or never. So they hunt that equaliser. With 3:45 to go.
See what approach the South will take here. Will they try and continue to pressure, or will they sit back a little bit? So appear to be just trying to sit in a little bit, see if they can absorb the pressure here.
Caitlin Cotter sizes up the options. She can't pick out a teammate with that pass.
Yeah, they need to just not hurry things here, the North. Like, it's actually quite a lot of time. They start forcing passes and losing the ball. It's too easy for the opposition to just see the game out here.
That's good work, and Jop's in space. Jop really running hard here. Was that touched?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't.
Hang on, they are going to have a discussion here, the two umpires.
It's definitely not touched. I can saw that pretty well. I mean, Tessa Jop probably could have carried it an extra half yard. Yep, the right decision's been made. Well, maybe I'll be proved wrong by the camera, but they weren't really trying to claim it, the South, which is also a bit of a dead giveaway. You can see Tessa releases this just outside the circle here. She nearly was in. The goal was begging. VM probably could have got that. You would feel it. Maybe it was a bit out of her reach.
VM right there. That would have iced the game. Don't doubt that. 2.5 to play. So the North very fortunate, but they need the ball to take advantage here of this one-player advantage, and Lynch has got it. Let's see what they can create now, the North. Lucan, midfield here. Here's Ralph. Nice scoop pass. Here's Hyatt Brown playing higher up the pitch. And there is a penalty corner for the North. That's the opportunity there they're looking for.
Yeah, they worked it well and got it to the far side of the pitch, transferred the ball to the far side of the pitch where they had a bit of space. So we see that opportunity here. We'll get a good chance here. It maybe was a tiny bit out of VM's reach. Maybe could have warranted a little cheeky dive, maybe.
Well, this is the third penalty corner of the game for the North. Dickens is out there. She scored all the goals for the North in this series, all from penalty corners. Let's see if she can continue that wonderful stat. It's going to be Dickens. Brilliant save, still there, and it's into the side netting from Lynch.
Well, Kirsty Nation, that's a match-winning save. That was a good flick by Steph Dickens, low and hard and full stretch, and then Lynch just couldn't quite get on the rebound. If she'd, the goal was begging there, be it that she was on a tight angle, but there was, in order to make that save, Kirsty Nation was then going to be nowhere on the follow-up.
Wonderful hockey by both teams from that play as Jop will just seek the safety of the back line, ask the North to come the length of the field in 90 seconds. Still plenty of time. See what Dickens can cook up here. Maybe Ella Hyatt Brown as well, former New Zealand under-21 captain. Nicely anticipated by Crowley there, but a good clean tackle by Shield. No. Umpire Jackman says it just touched her foot.
Able to control that, Alex Lucan, so that gets us towards the final minute. Going to need to try and get hold of the ball pretty quick here, the North.
Desperately trying to get it, and Mary concedes the free hit. Katie Dorr plays it cleverly again into Holly Pearson to win the free hit. Dorr's going to crash it in, but Hull nicely trapped the ball, and Mary will just seek the safety of the sideline and eat up some more seconds.
Yeah, just unfortunate for Katie Dorr. The one place she didn't want to hit that was anywhere near Megan Hull.
That's Dickens, straight to Shannon. Shannon will back herself to go all the way here, perhaps. Shannon!
It's trouble.
Oh, it's deflected away.
Gutsy stuff there. A couple of the Arabella Shield and Cotter.
But the time is ticking away here, and it's going to be a win to the South. There it is. The South have got the win. No goals in the second half in this game, but a really good, accomplished performance in the first half seals the deal for the team in white, and they claim the series in what's been a really competitive and tight series. They win this by 2-1. Shannon getting the goal in the first quarter. Hull getting a penalty corner goal in the second. Steph Dickens getting the goal in the second quarter for the North. So, good match here at St Paul's Collegiate, with the South winning by 2-1. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment.
So on the site used to be one home on 809 square metres. We've subdivided it and put on 2 houses at the front and then 5 terraced homes at the back. Doing a development compared to building a standalone home is quite different, and the development side of things actually needs a whole bunch of specialists. One of the great things about working with Sentinel was the team that they have available. If you're thinking about subdividing, you should definitely call Sentinel Homes.
Get exploring with the Ford Everest, built to take on anything and everyone. And with an impressive towing capacity and third-row folding seats, you can pack more in and load more.
There we go, got it. Got a picture. We are back here at St Paul's Collegiate. First of all, apologies, we had a slight power outage just a moment ago, and we are pleased to have restored it. And we are back with the conclusion of this match, as we see the North, as with their obligatory photo, unfortunately for them, going down in the series by 2-1. But I think we are able very shortly to have some after-match reaction to the game that we've just seen concluded, which was the South winning 2-1 and taking the series by 2-1. So let's get some after-match reaction now. We can go down onto the field of play with Lincoln Churchill, and Anna Crowley's with them.
Well, here with Anna Crowley, the captain of the South. So congratulations, well fought win.
Yeah, cheers, thank you so much. So proud of the girls. We fought everything right to the last minute, and we're just clinical in the circle. So big ups to our attacking end and defence. We just managed to keep them out, so that was good.
Yeah, really good save from Kirsty Nation on that last corner.
Unreal, honestly. She probably was my man of the match today. Those saves, top right, top left, she did unreal. It was awesome.
I thought you girls had a pretty good day overall, so well done on the series, and all the best for what's coming up in the next couple of months.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Here we are, Anna Crowley, and let's get some reaction from the losing team today. Katie Dorr, moving into position now with Lincoln.
All right, here with Katie Dorr from the North, so it just didn't quite fall for you guys today.
Yeah, definitely credit to the South team. They came out firing, and like we talked about in the meetings at half-time and quarter-time, just we needed to up our energy, and credit to our girls as well. They fought to the end, but unfortunately, couldn't really get the next goal in.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly did look a much improved performance from your team in the second half, and what were the key things that you did to turn that around?
Well, I think we just stuck in it together. We talked about just bringing basically the energy levels up, trying to play as quick as we can, and just staying in it together. We're stronger together, so that's all we kind of tried to do, really.
Well, all the best. Well, thank you very much for making an entertaining series, and commiserations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Here we are, Katie Dorr, which ends the women's series with victory to the South. So South take that series by 2-1, by 2 matches to 1 rather, and that last game by 2-1. As we can see, the South men warming up. They are trying to win their first game of the series. They can't win the series having dropped the first 2 games to the North, but that is coming up at 2 o'clock. We hope you can join us in half an hour. We're looking forward to that final men's match, which is coming very soon.
The Sentinel Homes North versus South series. Brought to you by Hockey New Zealand in association with Vantage Windows and Doors. Principal partner of Hockey New Zealand and the Vantage Black Sticks, and Ford.